to get out to Los Angeles, there's a lot of ways to come. Train, car, helicopter. You guys came on a plane.
Yeah.
Now, Asher, you told me your flight was seriously delayed. How are you keeping yourself occupied?
Netflix lets you download things now.
So the day of your trip, you were like, I need to load up the iPad or the laptop.
I was literally in my office, and it was the last thing I did before I left. I just loaded up the iPad with
some Netflix originals.
some Netflix originals, burning through Twin Peaks, the original.
Nice.
And I had a 4-hour delay on the runway getting in the air.
Headphones in, just taking down Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
You got some books and magazines.
I'm going through the Lizzie Goodman book, actually.
Oh, meet me in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Learning about the early 2000s indie rock.
I'm right in the Ryan Adams stroke zone now.
Oh, the juicy stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, so you got a book, you got a big old oral history, you got Twin Peaks, all this stuff, and that's entertaining you. Now, Despot, on the other hand, always found this fascinating. When you travel, what do you take with you?
My clothes.
So you pack your clothes in a duffel bag?
Yeah, a Filson duffel bag.
But then how do you entertain yourself on a flight? Do you load up the iPad? What kind of books do you bring? What kind of music do you listen to?
I generally stare at the seat in front of me. I don't turn the screen on, or I stare at like my thighs. I've never brought headphones or used the headphones that they give you on the plane.
That part's too crazy.
Yeah.
You don't bring headphones on the plane?
Nah, and I don't read on the plane, and I always get a window seat, and I don't get up. A flight for me is like a test of strength and will, and I don't pee.
Pure meditation.
Yeah, and usually by the end, I'm in like sort of rough shape, depending on how long it was.
Because the flight from New York can sometimes take 5.5, 6 hours.
I was delayed on the runway for an hour and a half hour to gate.
So basically 8 hours.
Yeah.
You're sitting there.
Yeah.
You don't get antsy, or you just suppress it?
I suppress it, and I think about other things. And on this particular flight, I had 2 small children right in front of me who were yelling the whole time, and they weren't quite babies, so they were old enough to stand up on their seats and turn around and yell right in my face. And they kept doing it, and they weren't yelling words. They were just like going, ah, in my face. And I was like staring at their parents like, what is this?
Did you wish you had headphones?
Yeah, you need the Bose noise canceling.
I thought about it. I looked around and I was like, you guys, okay, you got your headphones on. Maybe you got your little masks on so you could sleep, whatever it is. But I bet you hear a little piece of that baby like underneath your music. And that's even worse than just hearing the baby all the way. I don't want to hear the baby yelling over like, I don't know, Lil Uzi or whatever. Lil Uzi is already a yelling baby.
To me, that's a very debatable point.
I like to experience everything completely and as it's presented to me. I don't like to alter the experience of flying on a plane. If the experience of flying on a plane is supposed to be miserable without interference, then I want to experience the miserable flight.
I respect that, but just taken to its extreme, some people believe that just life on Earth is miserable.
Yeah, it is.
But you still live in a house.
An apartment.
Little miserable.
Well, I guess you kind of have an aesthetic streak. Like, you don't eat a lot of food, right?
I eat, like maybe once a day. Sometimes twice, though.
And when it comes to food, you don't search out the finest foods. I mean, you
Whoa. Yes, I do.
I mean,
I eat crazy food.
This idea of letting life just be brutal, like a plane ride sucks, so just embrace the Do you think that makes living life easier?
Yeah, it prepares you for all of the hardships that are inevitably going to come your way.
I guess you can never have a terrible flight if all flights are terrible.
Yeah.
That's some good logic.
Okay, but
I fly first class a lot, but then I'm just flying first class. I'm still not going to watch TV.
Are you going to but are you going to accept when they give you that champagne in the beginning before the flight, you're going to accept that, or is that too far?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's part of it.
All right.
But that came with it. I didn't have to do anything.
Right, you would never ask for the champagne.
No way.
Okay.
But when you're on the flight, it's like hour 4.
Mm-hmm. How long is this flight?
Let's say it's 6.
Okay.
New York to LA.
Oh, so this one.
So it's hour 4.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting next to some guy. He's just laughing his ass off, watching some
Pixar movie.
Some Pixar movie.
It's usually that.
And then you see another guy just like is so engrossed reading a fascinating article in the airline magazine, and you're just sitting there staring. Are you thinking to yourself, this sucks? Or you're kind of like, do you have a sense of calm?
I'm calm, and there's a lot to think about there, because it's like, what's that guy reading about in the dumb airport magazine, airline magazine? And then I'm like, oh, that guy's an idiot. And how about this guy watching Toy Story? You're 60 years old. Why are you watching Toy Story? You don't have a kid with you. If you have a kid, your kid's 30 years old. Why are you watching Toy Story?
I think that's a big thing. I think a lot of adults low-key watch Pixar movies on planes all the time.
I see it all the time.
Yeah,
I've
done it.
They're watching Trolls and which, I mean, Trolls looked all right, but I'm not going to watch it.
Right, but so when you see this guy watching Trolls, there's no part of you that almost thinks about like, man, I wish I was watching Trolls too.
Because I'll glance over at Trolls once in a while.
How is that better? How is it better to watch Trolls with no audio?
It's not better. It's just like, it's happenstance though.
Okay.
I didn't put Trolls on.
True.
I'm like, oh, look at the fat troll lady. She must be the bad one because she's fat. Like, all right, I understand this movie now.
Yeah, that's fair.
And this guy's dumb.
So you're not bored?
Yeah, I'm bored.
Okay, so you're bored. You're just embracing it.
Yeah, I'm bored, but I can like, look, you're just reading a book. That's all you got. I got all this different shit. I got this baby screaming in my face. I got a troll movie. I got your man reading the magazine. I got the lady handing out pretzels. I got whatever I want.
Fair point.
I could do anything. Just not get up.
The world is your in-flight movie.
How did you